Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Talking Nerds. Another silent. What do you call it? Quiet intro. No, soft opener. That's what they call it. But guess what? For the first time ever, we're gonna have a live intro starting next week on Talking Nerds. So it's in the works. It's in the works right now. So be ready for that. But yeah. So welcome everybody. Big week. We have a lot to discuss tonight. I watched a bunch of movies over the last week. It is spooky season, obviously. So I watched a bunch of horror movies. I watched Smile for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
A lot scarier than I thought it would be, but actually it was pretty decent. It was pretty good. Not a happy ending. If you don't like horror movies, you'd probably hate it. But it was just enough for me. It was just enough creepiness, but not like disturbing like Hereditary was. So I enjoyed it. I watched Sleepy Hollow for the first time, which is a Tim Burton movie. It's got Johnny Depp is the main character. It's basically the Headless Horseman, the story of the Headless Horseman.
Yeah. The TV show was good.
Never watched it. But yeah,
TV show.
I had always heard of it, and I've always seen the cover for it, but I never thought to watch it. And it was actually fantastic. If you like 89 Batman and those Tim Burton style movies, and you like a little horror, it's mostly just gore. That's the only really big thing on it. There's a lot of blood, but yeah, it was really good. And then what else did I watch? Scream 6, which I've never seen any Scream movies, so it was a little out of order, but it was pretty decent. And then I watched Prey again, which is a Predator movie. So I watched a lot of movies. I watched Born Identity again, which kind of prompted me a question that I asked these guys, but I kind of expanded it a bit. Who would win and this is in like a city, right? It's contained within a city. You have Jason Bourne, Ethan Hunt from Mission Impossible, John Wick, and James Bond. The four of them are in a city, a big city. Who would die first and who would survive the longest out of all of them?
I think Ethan Hunt dies first.
Probably
He's
the
a
most
spy, not an assassin.
Yeah, he's also the most reckless out of all of them.
Yeah.
Well,
I think
John Wick is
Hunt.
probably the most reckless, but he's immortal, so.
Yep.
I think John Wick wins.
Oh, for sure.
I think it's John Wick, Jason Bourne, James Bond, Ethan Hunt.
Yeah, I think Jason Bourne and
James
John
Bond
Wick are
is
last.
A spy, not an assassin.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
even
fair.
think
That's
close.
fair.
I think John Wick just wipes the floor, honestly.
Yeah.
What if John Wick, like, actually got hurt though? Like, think about how often he really should be getting hurt, versus Jason Bourne, who like always seems like he's has a handle on the situation. You know. I don't know. I think it'd be a close call. I feel like Jason Bourne would win, but
I think John Wick wins.
maybe. Yeah, maybe. But it'd be a close one. But fun to think about. Yeah, and then tomorrow I'm playing Lords of the Fallen. It releases. It's basically Elden Ring 2.0, so I'm very stoked for it. A really cool aspect of it is you can travel between two different worlds. So there's like a normal dark world, kind of like Elden Ring, and then there's like a very like a hellscape world, basically, where enemies are harder. They're more abundant, but there's there's like resources, obviously loot you can get down there, and parts of the game it'll be like a dead end. It looks like a dead end, and then you travel to the second world, and then you can see the path continues. I think it's open world, so it's probably gonna be a lot like Elden Ring, but I'm very stoked for it. Tomorrow is also. One sec, I gotta fix the screen here a bit. There we go. Tomorrow is also Friday the 13th, if you didn't know.
Mhm.
And it is October, so I will be watching probably a couple Friday the 13th movies tomorrow night. So I'm going full
Well,
spooky
also-
this season.
Keep your head on a swivel tomorrow in relation to
Oh, creepy.
what's going on in Israel right now.
Okay.
Did you not hear about that?
No, I did not.
The leader of Hamas called for a worldwide jihad tomorrow. So
Oh, shoot.
yeah, so just keep your eyes open.
Well, that sucks because guess where I'm going tomorrow morning?
Chicago.
O'Hare
The mock-
Airport.
Oh, lovely.
Crap.
picking
Well,
someone up?
no, we got the Clear thing, which is like United's version of
Yeah.
pre-TSA.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we got to like interview for that and, finish signing up. Basically, I make sure you're not a terrorist.
Yeah, I have a TWIC card, which is basically
Yeah.
the same. I mean, it gives me TSA pre-check, so
Okay.
I had to go do the interview to make sure I'm not a terrorist as well.
Right. But hopefully that means the security will be higher tomorrow, I'm hoping. But
I would hope so.
we'll see. We'll
but-
see. Okay. Well, that sucks.
Yeah, I took
So that means
steps.
you gotta, trim up the beard. Is that
Right. Yeah, you're looking a little suspicious there, Nathan.
Do I really? Yeah.
Maybe
I
at
don't know.
least comb it out.
Uh-uh.
At least comb it out. You know.
Or
Yeah.
calm down.
Yeah. No, I always comb it out in the morning. Interesting. Okay, then. That's a
Mhm.
great way to start the podcast here.
Segue in.
Yeah. But yeah, so we'll talk about it in a bit, but once you guys talk about your weeks, but Michael Gambon, who guy played Dumbledore, passed away last week. So RIP to him. Very great actor. He was actually in Sleepy Hollow. And for the most part, he was great in Harry Potter, except for that one line that we don't mention. But
Which one
Did
is
you
it?
put your name in the goblet of fire?
yeah. But yeah, so it kind of prompts me to think to play a little game today. So we'll get into that later. But Tyler, as you're bending over there, what have you been up to?
Hey,
You might want me to go first because I'm sure his week was a lot more interesting than mine.
Okay.
doubt.
Because I did nothing
Okay.
related
go
to nerddom all week. So okay, there you go, Tyler.
Oh, well, congrats on doing nothing. No.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I mean, I was working all week.
Yeah,
Speaking of working a lot.
Right.
I'm getting I'm putting a dredge back together for anybody who doesn't know. And the last part I need got finished being built in Eastern New York today at 3:00, and I'll have it in my hands in Houston, Texas at 8 p.m. tomorrow night because I hired a 2-man team to drive all through the night with it so that I can put the dredge back together by Saturday and be back up and dredging.
Wow.
So I have trust issues because FedEx lost a part in the mail for me last week that delayed me a little bit.
Yeah.
So
It was
I
probably
hired
FedEx and not UPS.
I ordered it through, so it's a Cummins engine and I needed a starter, and Cummins didn't have the starter in Houston. They had it in Memphis, so that's who they used to ship. So
Yeah.
that was kind of outside my control, and you can't do will call with them either because I was like, well, just let me, like when they lost it, I was like, okay, well, I still need it. So let me do will call though. And they're like, oh, you can't do that. And I'm like, okay, then I don't need it from you. I will find it from somewhere else then.
Yeah.
Because you've already lost it once.
Right.
Yeah. So that's my week has been putting this dredge back together. But
It's also
that ends
been
Saturday.
losing terribly to me in fantasy.
I won in my other 2 leagues.
Well,
So
I'm sure
Ooh,
nobody
man.
scored as much as me though. That was
I
insane.
scored
Dang.
more than you. I scored
Oh,
more
really?
than you in one of my leagues. Yes, because I had Justin Fields and DJ Moore in that league.
Okay.
So
Yeah, right.
between them and Sam Howell, I put up 120 points between those 3 players alone.
Yeah.
So that was awesome. That was a great week.
I
But
was-
no, like
I didn't have a bad
Yeah.
player. It was insane. I was firing
no,
on
your
all
team
cylinders.
was-
My
yeah,
defense was the best defense in the league. It was insane.
Who'd you play on defense? The Saints.
The Saints, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
So-
it
I
was
made-
hopeless for me to
I
win.
made the mistake of playing Baltimore instead of San Francisco, because I was
Oh
like,
yeah.
there's
I mean, yeah, the Cowboys, right?
yeah, I was like, of course they're gonna like do something, right? So
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
San Fran's not gonna be like, you're my starting defense. So like, I subbed them out for Baltimore because they were playing the Steelers. And I'm like, Steelers,
Right.
they're not generating anything on offense. You know, they're just a defensive team. And then they win the game, and like, so I was like, all right, well,
Yeah,
whatever.
Zach, that
It
was
a close
your
game.
problem too with not putting Joe Burrow in.
Right. Yeah.
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 I
But
mean,
I'll
to be
say,
fair, I think I finished the trade for Lamar Jackson, so I basically had to decide between Lamar and Joe.
Yeah.
Because like
Yeah.
this week I'm playing Lamar and Joe, right? Like
Right.
I'm Sam Howell's benched, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, Sam had already played Thursday night, so then I had one
Right,
of those
right,
slots
right.
filled already.
Yep.
yeah, and I'll say like Baltimore did great on defense for all the turnovers that
Right.
they generated. It's like they
Yeah.
still put up points, but then San Francisco comes out and like demolishes
Dominates.
Dallas, and I was like,
Yeah.
all right, well, that was a missed
Yeah.
opportunity.
Yeah.
But Justin
It was
Fields and
still
Cole
a great weekend for football though, because the Bears
Oh, yeah.
dominated last Thursday
Yep.
night.
Yeah.
It was awesome. And in my like league with all my college buddies, I won by 0.9 points, and it was actually on Jordan Love's last interception to end the game is when I went ahead because he had Jordan Love. And so he was up by 0.1 points, and then
Yep.
Love throws an interception at the end of the game and gets -1, and I end up winning.
Nice.
I was passed out too. I was asleep.
Did
and
you-
I woke up the next morning and I was like, oh my gosh, I
Did you
won.
get narrowest win then on the
Oh,
leaderboard?
yes. I definitely have the narrowest win.
Yeah.
So that was a great feeling. The Packers lose and I win because the Packers lost.
Yeah.
So.
Yep, that's a win,
Great.
win all the way around.
Exactly.
Nice.
So,
Yeah.
all right.
No.
Yeah, so that was it. So, Tyler, what did you get up to this week?
Well, I started, so after I'm gonna go from Thursday to Thursday.
Mhm.
Thursday night, me and Big E put in some work in Elden Ring.
Oh yeah.
We've
We're
been
basically
doing
on
that
a fantasy football schedule here.
Yeah, right.
Our weeks.
Right.
Thursday night.
Thursday night's the start of the week.
I've got the game up on my other phone again.
Nice. We
Yeah.
put up the Elden Ring.
Oh yeah.
Got some work done.
Did we?
And then
We did not beat Loretta.
Lorna or whatever?
Loretta. Yeah, no, we did not. She's a
So,
bitch,
can you
man.
play Elden Ring co-op?
Yeah, it is a co-op
Yeah.
game. Yeah.
It's a little more confusing than just like playing together.
Yeah. By the way,
Um,
Lords of the Fallen's also co-op, so something to
Yeah.
think about.
Did you get
about-
Life of Pi or whatever?
Life of Pi is a
Lies-
movie.
That's right. You know what I'm talking
Liza
about.
P. Yeah.
Liza P.
Mhm.
Life of Pi, Liza
Yeah.
P. Close enough.
Right.
Yeah,
One
bro.
letter off.
Also, life and lies, completely different
Yeah, right.
words.
Yeah, but one letter off still.
Yeah, but it's not pi, it's p.
Also one letter off.
Okay, whatever. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, no,
That's-
it's fun.
Bye.
I just didn't. It was it's a tough game, and I didn't
Mhm.
want to play it for a while, so I just stopped because I knew this game was coming up. So, yeah, I think I like the dark fantasy setting a lot. So, this is more like kind of steampunk,
Yeah.
like Renaissance type, like London in the 1800s vibe, you know. So it's
Yeah,
fine. I'd rather play a dark fantasy game. So
Mhm.
fair.
so
Yeah, like a medieval
was fun, though.
style, like medieval fantasy.
Mhm.
I feel like, yeah.
exactly. So
So yeah, I played Elden Ring, and then I didn't do.
we gotta
haven't
get you
played
ready because the DLC's coming out pretty soon for Elden Ring.
Yeah, that's kind of the goals we're going through.
Right.
with that.
Get you beat the game before
Uh,
that comes out, so you're leveled up.
Yeah, and then I did play some CS2 on Saturday. I usually
Nice.
play every Saturday morning. It's awesome. I love it. So much fun.
Love those.
Is it much
slurping
different than
sounds.
CS1?
Oh, yeah. So well,
Graphically, I'm sure.
CS:GO is I think like the third or fourth iteration of Counter-Strike. So it started with like Source and then CS and then Global Offensive, all on the same engine. So CS2 is a completely new engine. Oh, hey Burns.
What's up, Burns?
So anyway, it's Burn.
It's Burns. That is a beautiful bald man.
He gives Biggie a run for his money, which is hard to do. Well, they are brothers.
Well, he did come
They are
before
brothers.
me. He is my elder, so.
Yeah. Yeah. Respect the elders. So yeah, I played some CS2, which is the new engine for Counter-Strike. So graphically, it's completely different, and there's a lot of different mechanics that are based on how nice the new engine is, like volumetric smoke. When you shoot through the smoke, it puts like bullet holes in there and like clears it out. If you throw a grenade into the smoke and it blows up, it'll like blow the smoke out for a little bit and then come back up.
Right.
So it's like stuff like that. That's a different mechanic now because you can throw a grenade and clear a smoke, so you can see through it temporarily. Right. So it's stuff like that.
Yes.
So we so I play with my buddies every Saturday, and then Sunday mainly church and some football, and then I didn't really play much, but I started my new job on Monday. So
that's
kind of
right.
I haven't played much, getting in the groove of things, work from home life, you know.
Oh, you're working from home? That's nice.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that. I just want to play video games all day. I would be way too distracted.
I like going to the office and interacting with people.
Yeah, that's true. But I also I feel more motivated to get work done, and I feel like I'm like purposefully doing this to concentrate on. Otherwise, I'd just be at my desk that I'm associate with entertainment, you know. So
right.
Yeah.
So when we worked from home for Arlington for actually it was a while, 8, 9, 10 months maybe. They had us working from home. It was you'd switch schedules. So one week you'd do Monday, Wednesday, Friday at home. Actually, they worked it out because I had every other Friday off. So it was 1 week I worked Monday, Wednesday from home, was off Friday. And then the next week I worked Tuesday, Thursday from home. So
that's not bad.
That's not
right.
Bad. Yeah.
I'm loving the work from home right now. I've got 2 PCs set up, so it's like a clear distinction between
yeah, that's
work
nice.
and play. Like I literally
instead of 2 Chrome profiles, Google Chrome.
Yeah, right. So and like like a lot of our work stuff is all Microsoft. So like the one PC is Windows 11, so that's different, and it's all Microsoft accounts. So I'm using Outlook and everything. My personal is like Google, and I use Opera, and you know, so like there's distinctions between work and gaming. The only same thing is that it's at the same desk.
Yeah.
So it's like that's kind of, and same monitors and peripherals, but like the differentiation is well enough. Yeah. And then like I'll do little things like I'll make sure my door is closed when I'm working, so like I'm in the office, like I'm not just like going out and chilling in the living room.
Yeah.
Or taking a nap. So it's like stuff like that. You know, you kind of like put barriers and make a distinction. I don't roll out of bed in my underwear and go to work. I like get dressed and you know.
Yeah, I would put clothes on.
Yeah, because then you just build habits of being lazy.
Right.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
The days actually are going a lot faster, believe it or not, being at home. I feel like because I'm at home, I'm not worried about my environment. I can just like zone in on the work, and then it's all of a sudden like 5 o'clock and I've worked for 9 hours without a lunch. So it's like, that's kind of crazy.
Right.
So that's fun. But yeah, I'm looking to play some more games once I settle in. I'll probably be getting Lords of the Fallen. And
okay,
didn't you pick up Remnant 2, Biggie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's another one. I want to.
It's like a Souls FPS game, FPS
shooter,
RPG.
Yeah.
It's a Soul shooter RPG. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it's not FPS. It's third person, but
is it third person?
You might be able to switch between first and third, but I've seen third person gameplay. So yeah. So
shooter,
it's
RPG,
melee.
Souls-like.
You have both. You have a gun, but you also have like a giant sword on you too. So it's not like I guess you could probably choose one or the other, but you have the option of doing both at the same time, which is pretty dope.
Right.
So
So hopefully we'll be playing that in the future. And I think
Yeah.
we talked about maybe doing some gaming series in general. So when we're
Mhm.
playing, just hitting record and.
We may be
That was a
doing
great
some
idea.
Baldur's Gate 3 eventually.
Ooh,
Do that. Get that D&D vibes going. So
yeah.
we'll see.
Have you guys
But-
started your D&D campaign?
No,
I forget.
we have
No.
not. Life's
No,
too busy,
sadly. Yeah.
Life moves pretty fast.
When
Who's
everybody
gonna
is
be
like,
your leader or whatever it's called?
DM.
DM.
The master, yeah.
Yeah. So the master. That's from Doctor
Right,
Who.
that's what it is, right? Dungeon master.
Dungeon
right?
Master. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Dilly's gonna be our boy Dub
Was it Dill?
is gonna be the
No, I
DM.
thought it was. I
No,
thought it was.
Dub-
Does he have experience?
Yeah, he DMs a lot, so he's gonna be the DM.
Okay.
That
Nice.
was Subi.
I still
No.
love that movie.
I don't
that
think-
movie was like
I don't
one
think
of the
Subi's
most
ever
underrated
DM'd.
movies from last year.
From this year, it came out this year.
Oh, you're right. It did come out this spring.
Yeah,
it's
honestly,
so good.
I was talking to somebody about it at a wedding. I'm like, man, I gotta rewatch that movie. That was good.
Mm-hmm.
I love that line where again, I don't know D&D, but like the brain creatures will walk by. He's
Yeah.
like, well, that's insulting.
So hopefully we'll get some game series going.
Yeah.
Some good games to play. I've got some sad news. For me personally.
Oh dang.
One of my favorite games, Rocket League. They've decided to discontinue player-to-player trading, which is going to absolutely destroy the game.
Shoot, I thought somebody
Wow.
died, but then okay.
Yeah.
That's gonna
Game-
destroy
game
the
is
game
dying.
economy
The game's
too,
dying.
right?
Yeah, it's gonna destroy the player base. It's already ripping them apart. People are boycotting. It's not
Yeah.
really gonna work because there's so many casual players that keep buying stuff. The
Yeah.
whole up and like huff and puff about it is you have to pay like $5 to even trade. So it's like they got everybody to pay $5 to trade. Like when Epic took the game over, I think it was like 2 years ago, and now it's like now they're just discontinuing it. So everybody's like, you owe us
Why?
you owe us $5 because they want to make more money. They want to have a cosmetic, pay in the microtransactions economy, to get your wheels and your decals and your car bodies instead of people pulling it from drops and then being able to trade that way. So like in Counter-Strike, you can open crates to get skins.
Mm-hmm.
There's chance and luck and whatever. So
Right.
it's gambling, right? But if you get a skin that you only paid $3 to unlock, then you got a skin that's worth $50. Then you have to trade up, right? Then you buy all your keys and you create the economy by, putting it back in and trying to get more money and put it back in.
Yeah, but does it really cost you $3 if you opened 50 chests at $3 and you got nothing?
Right. Well, that's the thing.
I would
That's the
argue
gambling.
it costs you
Go shave your balls, too.
$153 then, right?
Right. Yeah, shave them. But that's the idea. But you're still injecting in the economy because there's value that people put on that, right? So, Rocket League was the same way before Epic Games took it over. You could like 99-cent keys to open these crates that would drop on random after matches. You would get decals and bodies, and they become painted. There's different stats that they could track, and it all played into their value.
Same skin.
And so players would trade, and there's a market there. Well, they completely destroyed the market when they took away crates for like gambling reasons, when that was a whole thing. So they killed the economy there and put in a microtransaction model where you buy credits through Epic Games and you
Same thing with like Fortnite.
Exactly. And so that really kind of destroyed the trading economy anyways. People were really upset about it, but it was still there. And now they're just getting rid of it altogether, and it's pissing people off. So
yeah, I can see that pissing people off.
So rest in peace, because a lot of people are just going to stop playing if they can't. Like that's literally what people do on that game, like CS:GO sometimes. So it's it's going to have a bad effect, and it's just not. It's a slap in the face to players. That's really so. Even people who don't trade are like, this is a slap in the face to us, because you obviously don't care about what the players want. You're just trying to make money.
Right.
Yeah.
That was a really interesting time frame when Tim the Tatman and like Nick Merckx stopped playing COD because of the whole Nick Merckx drama.
Yep.
Yeah.
and they didn't have a new game to play, so they were like messing around with CS:GO, and like that's all Tim would do for hours on stream is open up crates for skins, and I
Yeah.
was like,
And-
how much money are you blowing?
No, he probably made money.
That's insane to me.
Mhm. Yeah. If
Hmm.
you've got capital, you'll make money off of it.
That's crazy.
But you have to have capital. So
Right.
One day I'll make money on Boomer
Just
Biggie
like
Gaming.
investing.
yeah, but it's like a $3 key. It's like $2.60, but like a $3 key, right? To open a crate. If you pull a knife out of that, your lowest knife cost is going to be around $350.
It's insane.
Wow.
I've seen knives up to about $2,000.
Jeez.
So,
Sheesh.
yeah, and that's for a $3 crate that you opened, right? So like, now you've got $3,000 worth of capital, and you trade that off in your Steam wallet.
Yeah.
Right.
Huh.
So yeah,
Hey, by the way, you all should subscribe to Gomi Bear on YouTube. He makes these awesome videos every year about what he did that year, and this year is gonna be a good video. So go check him out.
Because he did the
Yep.
airplane this year,
did the
right?
one-
He did,
one
yeah.
thing.
He did
The
that.
one thing.
He did that thing that you'll find
That
out
you'll
if you
see
go
in the
watch
video.
his video later on.
Yeah.
Probably around
Right.
New Year's he posts them. And he went to Japan too, so he's probably got some cool stories on there. Oh, it's not on
Another one
YouTube. Gomi Bear posted on YouTube so people can watch. Or follow him on Facebook. He posted on Facebook. Casey Bender. Go check him out.
You can be like that one
Yeah,
random YouTube that
Dox him.
subscribes
Might
to.
Yeah, I'm
Give him one-
doxing him by telling people he's on Facebook. Yep, exactly.
He can be that one YouTube guy on like that everybody subscribes to who just posts one video a year, but everybody
I love
posted
those
it.
guys though, because it's like, oh shoot, he dropped another video. Let's go.
Dude, one of my favorite YouTubers of all time is finally back after not posting a video for like 2 or 3 years.
Oh no.
His name's Ankle Spankin', which
Ankle
yes, that's a joke about what you think it is.
Yep.
He played League of Legends, and he was like the first YouTuber that I really got into. Well, second. The first one would have been White Boy 7th Street, Call of Duty streamer back in the day.
What about Tyler? Williams?
No PewDiePie.
Tyler 1 wasn't. I mean, I watch Tyler 1 now, but like he wasn't. I didn't watch him when he was like super toxic. Like when he was getting banned from League, I didn't watch him. But anyways, no. So Ankle Spankin' like took like 2 or 3 years off, and then he came back, and he's like, "Yeah, I really need to rebrand." He was like, "Who would have thought that it's hard to get sponsors when they ask you what your gaming channel name is, and you say Ankle Spankin', and they're like, oh, that's an interesting name. Explain that."
Yeah.
Well, it's a penis joke.
I like spanking
So-
them ankles. You know? Can you
Yeah.
blame a guy?
No,
Yeah.
it's a joke about.
I
having
know.
Huge.
Is that
Oh.
okay?
Okay. I'm just making sure.
I was covering him up for that was a cover
Ah,
story.
right.
I see.
Yeah.
He was
That-
playing. Biggie put on his PR hat. You know?
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. I am a marketing manager. I can do these things.
Mhm.
All right, so let's get into some discussion here. So as
Oh,
as
Taylor
it talked
Swift just
about-
got shown.
yeah, I know how many times
She's at the Chiefs game.
drink every
No,
time
I
drink every
love
time
it.
Taylor Swift is shown on screen.
I'm gonna be drunk in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
No,
specifically told my wife we were not gonna talk about her on the podcast.
you mentioned the name. She who must not be spoken.
She's walking to the door. Now I can feel it.
So yes, Michael Gambon passed away. So I thought it'd be cool. Oh gosh, no,
There,
We are
I
not-
Go,
we are not talking about Taylor Swift.
oh my gosh. Continue. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Michael Gambon passed away, so I thought it'd be fun to talk about a little, kind of similar to what we just talked about. But Dumbledore, a big debate: Dumbledore versus Yoda versus Gandalf in a fight. So we need to analyze it.
Gandalf's a literal god.
Okay,
so
okay, hold on.
I think I'm gonna go with Gandalf here.
Well, hey, we're gonna talk about it here. We're the talking nerds, not the one
Not-
statement nerds.
Statement nerds.
So, I think we should talk about the power source first, right?
Okay, that's fair.
So we got the Force in Star Wars. We got whatever Gandalf has, and we got.
Magic.
Well, yes, but it's a little different. And then we got magic in Harry Potter, which is pretty usable across the board. It's similar to the Force, I feel like, in that way. But yeah, so we should talk about which is the most powerful, and then who uses that power the best. Who has the greatest access to it, I guess, or the best at using it. So
The best at using what they have.
What they have.
I think it's Yoda.
Okay.
I agree.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. This is actually harder than you would think because they're all pretty badass.
Okay, I think Dumbledore is the weakest in my opinion, mostly because of what he's working with.
But you got to remember, this isn't a 1v1v1. This is a who.
What the frick? Welcome, yay! I think I can clap.
Welcome.
No,
Welcome,
I can't.
Trevor.
Oh well. Welcome, Trevor.
I'm glad you can comment now in chat. I think it's important to distinct. They're not fighting right now. That's just who can use what they have the best.
Okay,
So,
okay.
So they're not fighting. We'll start with this, right?
Yes.
So
Right.
I honestly think Yoda, with the Force, is top of those three. Like I think the way that the way he is in the lore and everything in the actual canon, the way he understands the
He
Force.
is so enveloped in the Force.
Yes.
If you think about
But
it,
he was
Dumbledore.
also blind. He was also blind to the Sith coming to power, though.
Yeah. Dumbledore,
That's
though,
true.
I would say focused more on artifacts than magic itself.
Correct.
And
So,
even then, he had to use a kid to find the artifacts.
true. But he also had the Elder Wand, which is called the Death Stick.
Right. You want to buy some?
You want to buy some Death
sticks?
Sticks? I don't want to buy. You don't want to buy Death Sticks. I should go home.
You should go home and rethink your life.
Go home when you're drunk.
Well, I think I truly think that Yoda and the Force, he understands the Force more than the other two objects understand their abilities. To your point of not seeing the Sith, I see that, but I will say, like, with the system that they have, there has to be balance. So there has to be with that system, there's a balance where he's gonna have to have an equal or close to,
Right.
to have balance in the Force. So that's what I would
That's
say.
fair.
That's built into the system that he's.
Well, and then so what do we say about Gandalf then? Because I'm trying to sit here like, yes, he is like a literal deity basically in that universe, but like, what is Gandalf's power?
That's what I wanted to kind of talk about.
See much of it
Right,
in the movies.
because I was going to say this too. Yoda and Dumbledore have more tangible powers. You know what they can do. We literally don't see any of what really Gandalf could do. And I was thinking about this too. I don't know if this is necessarily true or not, but based on what we see in the movie, he takes a long time to kind of use his power. Most of the time, he's using just a sword. And so, like, when he's trying to take Sauron out of King Theoden, it takes him a little bit to do it. Doesn't mean he's not super powerful. Obviously, he is more powerful at that point than Saruman. But, like, I don't know if it takes him a while to access or to use that spell or whatever he's doing, you know? But I don't know. Yeah,
So
again, I don't know if we've seen his full potential necessarily.
So
He also
as
needs a bigger
wizard,
staff than Dumbledore does.
His greatest
Dumbledore-
power is his wisdom. He's known throughout Middle Earth and beyond as the wisest being in the land.
I was gonna say he's probably the
history-
cleverest. He's probably the cleverest out of the three.
Wisdom, insight, tactical thinking, more than 2,000 years of life experience.
Yeah,
Physical
Dumbledore's
strength. has incredible eyesight. He can clearly see not only in the dark but also deep into the wraith realm, which allows him to know if someone has been touched by a wraith. Has heightened senses that let him know when danger's nearby. Formidable fighter, adept at using both staff and sword. Excellent rider.
Yeah.
As a wizard, his magical power is in light and fire, which he is able to manipulate by casting beams of light, starting and directing fires, and more.
But see, so
Although
can
he
Dumbledore.
Right. Although he is very powerful magically, his power does have its limits. In extreme instances of conjuring a flame and light, Gandalf's strength is depleted, and he must rest and recharge before pressing on.
So yeah, you're right. Just hearing that, I would say Dumbledore's probably
Right, but that's also Tolkien's universe versus George Lucas's universe versus.
doesn't matter though. They're using what they have in a fight against each other.
Right. I'm saying
So-
like what is a great feat for Gandalf may not be like maybe crazy past what Dumbledore could do. You don't know because they're
Yeah.
not in the same
I
universe.
think the issue is right now, like Gandalf has to, his abilities are enhanced human abilities.
Mhm.
So it's like he has great eyesight, right? Like he's got a keen mind. He's got like all of these are like enhanced already human traits, like more than the average human.
Yeah.
Whereas like Yoda can move stuff with his mind. So it's like
And Dumbledore
completely-
can do magic without actually saying anything or using his wand. So
yeah, without incantation, yeah.
right.
So I think unfortunately when it
I
comes
think
to like,
Yoda wins.
separating them, when it comes to separating, I think it's Yoda, Dumbledore, Gandalf. That's not
But
to say when
Gandalf
you
is
fight,
a literal deity.
I know, but we also think about weapons too, right? Yoda has a freaking lightsaber that,
Right. I mean, yeah.
that he can
alone,
chuck at them.
But
yeah,
We also don't.
Yeah.
We can't forget too that Dumbledore can apparate. He can teleport,
that's true.
which is an advantage in a fight.
Yes.
However,
until Yoda.
Yoda could probably sense where he's gonna come out of.
Yeah, well,
so
no, Yoda has precognition essentially through the
Right.
Force.
yeah,
and
and
I'd
Yoda's
say,
got
like,
the
as-
best agility too.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd say as soon as Dumbledore tries to apparate near Yoda, Yoda's already swinging at him. Like
yeah,
Right.
so.
I do
Yeah.
think it's Yoda, Dumbledore, Gandalf,
right,
which is
Yeah.
funny considering my
fine.
first statement was Gandalf wipes the floor.
exactly.
But
It's always a discussion. You know, you got to think about all the variables here.
I
We're always
wouldn't. I'll
talking
put it
nerds.
this way: I wouldn't be surprised if Gandalf somehow won.
Yeah,
I don't think I would be because he is a literal deity.
I think I would be surprised, honestly. For the matchups, I really don't think like who of those do you think Gandalf could take one-on-one? Not 1v1v1.
Yeah, but see, that's what I'm saying. He might not do. He might not take them one on one. He might pit them against each other and then come in at the last second and
yeah.
clean
third
it up.
party.
I don't really know much about his book side either. Like there might be some
Yeah.
powers that we don't even know. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we need Tim. we need
Yeah,
Tim's
where's
knowledge.
Tim?
Yeah, I think the order is.
Have y'all had him on in a while?
Yeah, he was on
Uh-huh.
last year when we talked about Rings of Power. So
Oh,
season
yeah.
2's coming out. We're gonna talk about it and we'll have Tim on. But yeah,
Yep.
looking forward to that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I was kind of leaning more towards Yoda or Dumbledore, but I could totally see it going.
I
to
still
Yoda.
think I know we talked about it when we did the ranking episode, but I still think that like 1 minute or 30-second fight between Voldemort and Dumbledore is like top 3 best scenes in the entire movies.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Oh, in what is that? Order of the
Half-Blood, or yeah, Order of the Phoenix.
Order of the Phoenix, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm starting my yearly marathon here this weekend with Harry Potter.
It's
So.
the season.
Tis the season. So
That's
Yep.
a great question. Did
it's a
we
tough one.
discuss- Did we discuss the Mission Impossible, Bourne, and John Wick
Yeah, we did a little bit.
on episode?
Yeah, just at the beginning of this
Yeah.
episode, bro.
But did we like actually like?
No, I
go
mean we
through-
kind of just decided. I mean, I think that one's a little
Uh-huh.
more obvious. They're humans, you know.
Right. I think Ethan Hunt and James Bond are not that they're not not that they can't do assassinations, but they're definitely more spy focused.
Yeah.
So I think when it comes to a head-on collision, they're at a disadvantage. So it really leaves it between John Wick and Jason Bourne.
Jason Bourne.
I think
Yep.
John Wick wins.
Yeah, I think John Wick. But a lot of the Bourne movies are him being hunted.
Yep.
So
He's-
like that's
And he's
built in.
always a step ahead. He's always a step
Yeah.
ahead.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be closer
So-
than you'd think.
Yeah, people just throw other people at John Wick. like that's
It'd
We're
be
Yeah,
not
but
like
he
a-
also
actively
beat
trying-
all those master. I mean, I haven't seen the newest movie, right? But the one before that was John Wick 4, 3,
3.
3,
Yeah,
4.
Parabellum.
Yeah, like he didn't he like just burn through 3 different masters of different fighting styles? Wasn't that the whole climax of that movie? If I'm remembering correctly.
well, he was being hunted the whole movie. So I mean, but that's what I'm saying. Like he's like people are hunting him in that one, but he like turns it around and starts hunting other people to like get
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
He's always on the hunt. He's never like just trying to survive.
He's hunting Ethan
Mhm.
Hunt.
Even when he's trying to survive, he's hunting like other people so that he survives, right? Whereas like
Yeah.
Jason Bourne, he's just trying to. I feel like he's always hunted and just trying to get an
Yeah.
objective done.
Yeah.
So
Well, and Jason Bourne has killed someone with a book, whereas John Wick's like most odd item is a pencil.
No,
I
he
think
killed
I'd
somebody
rather
with a
have
book in the second movie or third movie.
John Wick did?
Yep, in
Yeah.
a library.
Oh, that's right.
And then he put the
Yeah.
book back on the shelf.
Yeah, I do remember that.
That is
now.
one of the greatest scenes too, because I think the knife fight is in that same scene, right, where they're like breaking all the glass and throwing knives at each other. Yeah, that's a great scene.
yeah.
Yep.
No, I think
Bullet Train was good too.
I
like
think
I love
Bullet
Bullet
Train.
Train.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was good. That was good. I did like that one.
Brad Pitt's fantastic.
Jason Bourne is John Wick's daddy. Really? Really? I don't think so.
We can see what are you sharing? Here
So
now?
I was gonna just share this quick. I saw this today. I thought this was I think this is pretty good casting. But so Fantastic
Christian
Four
Bale.
casting. So Christian Bale, Mr. Fantastic. I forget this chick's name. She's
What
in.
is she in?
She's in the Mission
what is-
Impossible. Mission Impossible.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So she'd be perfect, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
This guy who's in Hunger
Oh,
Games.
it's the dude from Hunger
Finnick,
Games. Yeah.
Finnick.
All right.
Yeah,
okay.
he'd be good. And then Han Solo.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Han Swolo.
Okay.
And then
Right.
as a bonus here, this guy's Dr.
Oh,
Doom.
he would
Oh.
be so good as Dr. Doom.
Oh yeah. It's funny, I don't know any of these actors, most of these actors' names, but they're all very good
No.
actors. So
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
No.
I
I
think
just,
that'd be a pretty good one.
all right. What do we got?
Loki.
all right,
Let
so
me pull up Disney Plus.
we're not there yet. We're not quite there. I did want to talk about go through a couple articles here because we talked about the writers' strike a bit, but obviously it was stupid, but there might have been a really good outcome here. So the Marvel's to restructure their TV division, lending credence to claim that the new WGA deal would eliminate woke diversity hires. So how about that? So
How about that?
how about that? A new report details that Marvel Studios is restructuring its Disney Plus television division, lending credence to the claim that the new Writers Guild of America deal would eliminate woke diversity hires. Remember this show? Yeah, Echo. The show nobody
What's that
wants.
show? I didn't watch that show.
It hasn't come out.
It hasn't
And
come out yet.
Honestly, it might
I
never.
won't watch
It might never come out because it keeps getting delayed.
I hope it doesn't, because nobody asked for a show about her.
Right.
Who's
She. Yeah. Who?
That's
I-
the point.
I haven't heard anything about it. Screenwriter, script doctor detailed how the WJ would eliminate woke diversity hires on the morning show. Okay, explain. Basically, what we are seeing here from the youngings is there's going to be possibly less opportunities for them, especially in something like the pre-greenlit or mini rooms. And that comes down to two factors I can think of right now. First one is that the current NBA clearly defines that a showrunner has to be a union writer, so it can't be an internal executive producer like Kevin Feige. It also gives them a bit more power into who they select for the writing positions in the minimum staffing mini rooms, and it also says whoever they select has to be approved by the company, or the showrunner has to argue for them to be involved. So, in regards to these mini rooms, you have showrunners that would only a real showrunner, a good showrunner is only going to hire writers that they are going to get value out of. Which means that if you have a diversity hire and that's all you got, and they add no value to a showrunner, you're not going to get a guaranteed hire. That's a good thing. As for a second point, the other aspect, that is great news. Second aspect is with regard to the contract pertaining to mini rooms, is that a compelled hiring has now increased an extended time frame for which they have to work on the show, which is a minimum of 10 weeks. Explain they essentially turns the mini rooms into something more expensive than traditional model of developing a pilot, producing the pilot to be screened before an audience test to see whether or not it's actually going to be good, and then giving it the green light to go into an actual series. And that's what's been happening, right? All these crappy shows have been completed already, and then they're just green light.
Right.
Awful, yeah.
Right. Okay, before
Honestly, I don't. Nobody asked for
any of these.
Show
Yeah, there's.
either.
You know how many? It's gone through 3 renames. Like, just cancel it.
Yeah, nobody
think-
wants it.
No, I think this is like really good because
This isn't the only
we're
part
going-
though. There's something else. But
Well,
yeah, say what you're gonna say.
we've already talked about though is like we're going back to like hiring people because they're good at what they do.
Right.
like
Exactly.
That's what's good about this is like, oh, we've seen what you've done. Like we've seen that you wrote the first season of The Mandalorian, so we're gonna put you on season 2 and we're gonna put you on season 3 because you bring value to our show because you're a good writer.
And if you don't
There's
want
no
AI to write it for you, better stories
Yep.
than AI can.
That's the thing is like the people who are complaining about AI writing better, they probably were the diversity hire.
Right.
Probably.
Yeah.
Maybe not all of them.
Well,
but probably.
and a lot of those guys
Because
too
to
were on the
them, they're-
pickets because they
use
thought they would get
tropes.
a better job or better pay. Most of those guys aren't getting jobs; they're getting fired. So what'd you do that for? That was a waste of time. You know. Sorry, Zach. What were you saying?
Oh, I was just saying, like, yeah, the diversity hires just use run-of-the-mill tropes, so of course an AI can do better than that.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, what was the line? What show was it? There's been memes about it where there's this old lady and she was like, the patriarchal doctors wouldn't let me in the room with them.
It's the Exorcist movie, the new Exorcist movie.
Yes, yeah, the
And-
patriarchal.
Right. And so some people are saying, "Oh, it's because it's the priesthood." So that's kind of what they're talking about there. I'm like, "No, they wouldn't put it in there if they weren't trying to stab at men." That's the whole point of that.
Mhm.
So,
I think Ryan Murphy in chat loves the patriarchy.
oh really?
I know he does for a fact. Yeah.
Well, you are
I'm
welcome
just
here.
trying to stop it. Yeah, he's welcome here. He loves the patriarchy.
Yes. All right. So, and you could take a look at a pilot like Ahsoka and say to yourself, okay, that's a show that was done in a mini room. It was done by one writer, Dave Filoni. And if you put that through the pilot test, there's no way it would have been picked up for the remainder of the episodes. And that's a good thing. So right now, it looks like mini rooms are.
Was Ahsoka that bad?
Oh, it was terrible. It was awful. Even Tyler didn't like it.
It wasn't
is
that
bad.
great. It wasn't that great.
Yeah.
I hear it ended with like Sabine being a Jedi, but like saying "screw
Yeah.
the Jedi, I'm gonna do my own thing" kind of Jedi. It's just
So basically, what Ahsoka did,
Well,
but worse.
right.
Yeah.
I don't know if I think I've said this, but like the whole thing is stupid because like Ahsoka was just this cool character, obviously in the Clone Wars, but she was meant to just be a character in the Clone Wars. Anakin's arc is completed and it finishes with Luke. not Ahsoka. Luke is his legacy, not Ahsoka.
Right, but
And they didn't mention Luke once in this show. The hero of the rebellion, the guy who should be the one on the other side to face Thrawn when he gets to the galaxy. It's like,
yeah, why is he not involved at all?
because
They don't
Ahsoka.
explain it?
I don't know.
Right.
Because she's
Interesting.
Dave Filoni's.
Because he's around here
Prize
at this
character.
point, right? He is in
This
this
is
universe.
the
and he's
height.
not drinking alien titty milk yet.
Nope, it's the height of Luke, Leia, and Han. Leia's the only one mentioned in the show, and she's, first of all, what is she a senator of? Her freaking planet got blown up.
Mhm.
Like, we didn't even talk about that. Like, and freaking
Wow.
nepotism much? Like, she's literally like vouching for what Hera did, which is treason. This is how you're gonna run the New Republic? Yeah,
but that's
the new.
what Leia
No
guys.
wonder the freaking First Order comes back.
I don't know what you're talking about. So
It doesn't matter. It doesn't
right,
matter.
it doesn't matter.
So it looks like mini rooms are kind of being, for the moment, priced out on a
What
budget
is a
side of
mini room?
things.
I don't even know what the mini room is.
I think it's just like kind of like a green light thing, like a green light.
Like produce a pilot to see if audiences go
Yeah.
for it, and then move on with it.
Let's ask Chat GPT.
It'll be kind of priced out on a budget side of things from the studios because it's more lucrative and less risk for them to actually go back to shooting a pilot, testing it, and then determining whether it's going to be given a series order as opposed to building a show in a limited amount of time and then just pumping it out to be stuck with it and can't control, develop, or change it based on audience reception. He also asserted, and when you have those types of orders and you have the showrunner being in charge of it and picking the writers they want to work with and being able to argue why they need it for the benefit of the show, you then basically exclude any of the writers in town that are not going to be of value to you. And I think everybody listening on the panel and people on the panel know those type of writers are not going to be lasting in this industry because they're not qualified. I think it's great that there's less jobs for them because it gives me a better chance to have more job opportunities.
Okay, real quick. In the context of making a TV show, the term mini rooms typically refers to a small writer's room or smaller scale version of a traditional writer's room. Writer's room is a collaborative space where a group of television writers gather to develop and outline the storylines, characters, and scripts for a TV series. In some cases, particularly for limited series or shows with shorter seasons, a mini room may be formed. This smaller group of writers works together to develop the overall story arc, plot lines, and character arcs for the series, outline the episodes, work on scripts. This setup is used when a show has a reduced number of episodes or a shorter production schedule. The purpose is to efficiently develop creative aspects of the series with a smaller team, allowing for a more streamlined and focused approach. It can be cost-effective and time-saving for TV productions that have limitations in terms of budget, time, or episode count. So that's what a mini room is.
Okay. The news report notes that Marvel Studios will be moving away from the pre-greenlit model, where they approve an entire show and put it into production without producing a pilot and having it tested to be greenlit or not. So, showrunners will write pilots and show Bibles the day of Marvel shooting an entire series from She-Hulk to Secret Invasion, and looking at what's wrong and what's not are done. So, thank freaking goodness. I hope this is true.
Did you hear that they quietly let go the director or head person for the Daredevil TV show?
I was going to talk about that next, actually. Yeah.
Ooh, spoiler.
Yep.
Mhm.
So we'll talk about that here. So they also plan on hiring seasoned full-time TV executives to run their TV operations instead of the film division. You should have freaking done that a long time ago.
Uh-huh.
These people don't know what they're doing. It's so obvious. Gosh. Like, and another kind of complaint is, like, there's only 6 episodes of these shows, and they're only a half hour long. Like, shows used to be, like, 30 episodes a season. And like, 45-minute episodes.
24.
Okay, 24 to 26.
I'd be happy with 22 to 24.
Right. But give it, like, 45-minute episodes.
Mm-hmm.
It's stupid. A lot of these are half an hour with credits too. You know.
Do you remember? Did you ever watch The Blacklist?
No.
Yes, I started
Like,
it. I got
that
like
thing was
3
like,
seasons in.
yeah, like 45-minute episodes. They were like 15 to 20 episodes per season. Like
That was
was
the
crazy,
standard though
bro.
of all those shows. You know.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. Man.
any TV show, yeah, the standard was like 20, 21, 22 episodes, and they were always for the hour time slot.
Also,
They were anywhere from 40 to 45 minutes.
Do you think it has to do
Pride.
with like, season 8 of Game of Thrones when that started? Because that was like the first time I remember a short season.
but that was HBO. HBO always did that. That was
HBO, yeah.
their style.
Because they could do that.
Right.
They could justify that because the quality of each episode was
You were
outstanding.
basically watching a mini movie every week.
Yeah.
Also-
I saw a funny reel. It was like POV, you sitting down to watch Game of Thrones season 1 episode 1. Oh, is that her brother? and then it switches and it goes POV, sitting down to watch season 1 of House of the Dragon. If she doesn't get with her uncle, what's even the point of this show?
Yep, exactly. Yeah. My favorite meme for Game of Thrones is lady the old lady with the shawl thing, and it's
Yeah.
like me sitting down to rewatch Game of Thrones, I can smell the shit a mile away. Thinking about season 8. So
Yeah.
funny. Also, this is why you need, if you're a nerd, you need to watch old stuff, old shows, old movies that were actually good, because the more you forget about that stuff and the more you watch the stuff from now, you're going to start accepting this stuff and thinking, oh, this isn't that bad actually. This is not good stuff. It's not good story writing. It's not good messages, and it's rewiring your brain to think that stuff is okay, and it's not. Go watch old stuff. Go watch the good stuff. You'll have good taste again. So, Marvel's head of streaming television and animation, Brad Winderbaum, confirmed these changes, noting it's a term showrunner we've not only grown comfortable with, but also learned to embrace. We need executives that are dedicated to this medium, that are going to focus on streaming, focus on television, because those are two different forms. As far as this overall outlook, with these changes, he explained, we're trying to marry the Marvel culture with the traditional television culture. It comes down to how can we tell stories in television that honor what's so great about the source material. Where was that this entire last 2 phases? Freaking idiots.
Wait, what's source material?
Yeah, right.
What is-
What's lore?
What's
Um,
can I have what is source material for 1,000, please?
yeah, there's some stuff from Bobby Iger, Daddy Iger, that we don't care about.
Hey, have fun trading until December.
So yeah, so that's hopefully real, legit. I hope that happens.
Better be.
All right, Marvel's scrapping Daredevil Born Again Disney Plus series, planned significant creative reboots. of the
Maybe
series.
you should just hire the person who did the Netflix series that's critically acclaimed and loved by fans everywhere.
Exactly. I mean, Netflix
Maybe
always
you
screws
shouldn't-
up in canceling their shows, but you had great opportunity there, and then you did this in She-Hulk,
Yeah, maybe you
and
should
you ruined everything.
by having them have sex with the worst characters.
And then do the freaking walk of shame. So
the disrespect.
I'm so glad I've never watched She-Hulk.
it is an abomination of television.
Yeah, and the abomination. is in it.
I didn't even try that. That's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, a new report claims Marvel Studios is completely scrapping their upcoming Daredevil Born Again series, by the way, which was supposed to be like 20-something episode seasons. After they had already filmed nearly half of the first season's episodes. They were also not going to have like the 2 best characters besides him come back, which is
Foggy and what's her face?
Foggy and the chick, I forgot her name.
Chick.
But they weren't. I don't think they were coming back. So it claims that Kevin Feige, Marvel executives, are scrapping Daredevil after reviewing nearly half of the 18 episode show due to the Writers Guild of America strike, but was recently resolved. So Marvel Studios canned writers Chris Ord and Matt Corman, as well as all the significant or all the planned directors, as they play a reboot for the series. This might actually be a
Wow.
good thing, though. Considering what we
it
just
sounds
read.
like it was awful.
Yeah. I mean, Daredevil is one of the best characters in Marvel. It'd be a shame to see what they had planned.
Well, no, the Netflix Daredevil series is still like one of my more loved
Probably some of the best
pieces of
Marvel
literature.
Yeah.
Or Marvel
film.
production. Yeah. It's so good.
Yeah, there's an abomination of a character in this show, and there's also one named Emil. So just
One named.
wreck. Yeah.
Yeah.
The joke is that they're both abomination, but one's
Yeah.
Emil.
Right.
The other is just
Right.
awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate it. I don't even want to talk about it. Can we skip this?
Yeah. I mean, that's just really well it is. I mean, so.
I'm glad that they're not doing it's canceling it, right?
Yeah.
For now,
good.
is what it sounds like.
A couple other stuff here. I won't go through these, but I'll probably put them in our Discord if you want to read them. Financial analyst calls for Lucasfilm and the Walt Disney Company to cancel Dave Filoni's Mandoverse movie after Ahsoka ratings.
Good.
So that's fantastic.
Unless they were planning on putting Luke Skywalker in it. And
no, but I don't
I'm
care.
sad.
I don't care. It would have been bad anyways. So.
Probably, yeah.
And then I know you guys didn't watch One Piece, but it's fantastic. Netflix One Piece co-showrunner reaffirms commitment to respecting source material. If you're adapting something that you legitimately love, fight for what it needs to be. So honestly,
Almost as if that's what they should have done with The Witcher and Henry Cavill.
Yeah, right. So all good things are happening right now in Nerdom.
We've turned towards the light. It feels like.
I hope so. So
we've turned towards. We haven't started walking that way, but we've at least turned.
Right. So, yeah. So that's what we got for tonight. We're gonna watch Loki. If you want to watch along, we'll tell you when we're starting here. Otherwise, thank you for tuning in. And we'll see you next week if you don't decide to stay. But please do stay. We're gonna be commenting as we watch. We're not gonna have it up on the screen, obviously, because I don't really know all the copyright stuff. I don't want to get in trouble. So we're going to be watching along and talking. And this week we get to see Mullet Sylvie, so that's great. Cannot wait for that. So we're going to take a couple-minute break here to just get set up, and then we'll be right back. Okay, we are back. We are almost ready here.
I'm ready.
Okay, cool. So, if you got it set up, everybody, good? All right, 3,
Mm-hmm.
2, 1, play. Alrighty.
We're watching the recap.
Mm-hmm.
The tempo loop. Sounds like,
I love that actor.
yeah, he's great. That was a quickie. Yes, it was.
Are you watching the show with us,
Also,
Gomi?
did you notice last week the whole council in the time council are all women? The only guy was asleep.
Yeah.
Ugh. But you are him.
You just kissed yourself, mate. You what?
Go ask your brother.
Dang. Y'all remember when you used to be excited when this intro was playing?
I know, right? Now
Dude,
it's
that
just
hurts
sigh.
Yep.
Remember like sitting in the movie theater for Infinity War and you're like, here we go. Here we go.
Age of Ultron. I remember when Age of Ultron
I
came out. I
remember
was so hyped.
sitting in the
Dang.
movie theater for Thor.
I
That's
remember
how
for
old I am.
Iron Man. Remember the guy had a heart attack during that? Some guy had a heart
Yeah,
attack.
I do actually.
Also, Subi, you could watch it through my poster back there. All right, we're going back in time here. Who's this guy? What a misogynist. Bigot. Tube TV, yep. Who is this guy?
X5.
Oh, he's from the TVA.
Yeah.
Classic.
Classic. There's the tan pad.
Oh, shoot. Girl boss. Girl boss time. Another classic moment.
At least she's not a 100-pound woman kicking the crap out of 250-pound men of muscle.
That's true.
So,
Okay. Okay. Kind of forgot he was a god, right?
mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's such a simp.
Shoot him again.
What? Oh, hit him again.
Shoot
Yeah.
him again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arnar.
Clothesline.
Whoop.
Whole bunch of what punk heads? Isn't there a name for all them for that hairstyle?
It's called the Proud Boys, actually.
Uh,
I'm so done with this nice Loki. He's freaking Loki.
mm-hmm. Cool.
Got him.
Got him.
That's pretty cool.
I don't mind the shadows. I think
I
they're
want
kind
to
of cool.
see more of it though.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather him overuse his powers than not.
Yeah, I agree.
At least have some resemblance to the Loki we know.
That's a huge bit.
Yo, she bald, bro. It's what they should have done to Hera.
Cross universe.
The Disney multiverse. Yo, she bald.
I love how he wasn't necessary at all in the first season, and now it's already
I was just
two
thinking that.
episodes in a row where you need to go to him to get questions answered.
Well, that's what I was thinking. The first
Well,
episode, he's the most important person in the TVA. Suddenly,
Yeah, but it was
Yep.
explained.
Mm-hmm.
It was explained because everything's falling apart, so they have to find the person who knows how the timeline works. If everything's
guess
going
that's true.
fine, he's not gonna have to do anything.
Maybe.
convenient plot armor, in my opinion.
I think it's fine.
You're not watching enough content.
No, it's just it makes sense. You're not going to go to the maintenance guy if a machine doesn't need maintenance.
Yeah, but the fact that he never talked to him in
Well, we
years,
assume-
maybe.
It's like me trying to put that dredge back together. I'm so glad I have the hydraulic guys there.
Yep. Who's Renslayer?
Sylvie.
The old head.
Or
Mm-mm.
oh yes, you're right. You're right. Yep.
Okay. I hate those shirts. It's a paperweight. Is Loki in charge now or something?
I mean, the series is named after him.
I mean, I think he knows the most about what's going on because of He Who Remains or
Mhm.
what's falls.
It's just interesting how nothing's really gonna matter after this. This is kind of gonna be a nothing berry of a show, really. Brad. He's not wrong.
Mm-hmm. It's you. No, it's me. I'm the problem. She comes back even when we don't want to talk
No.
about her.
I'm just a creep.
Oof.
Yes, bring out villain Loki again. We want to see him. I agree with this guy. This guy's a
Yeah,
Chad.
Nathan siding with the bad guy.
Brad, you mean Chad?
You're right.
Chad. Brad the Chad. And I'm about to do some more.
Oh yeah. I mean, he can't use his powers in the TVA, so. This is my problem with Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
They make a joke of everything.
Yep. Huh? Oh, I get it.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
Mm.
He's a snowmobile.
He's actually a car. A race car.
What?
Wow. He's actually a little waxed
Cut
cowboy.
chow. Cut chow.
Ka-chow.
I was gonna say that.
Wow.
He's not woke.
I'm woke.
Ooh.
Oh, he bitch slapped him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
You're a silly little man.
Let's talk about our feelings. Oh my gosh. They're gonna start making out. Where are we? I don't know. I was following you. Suddenly we're in a closet together.
Let's come out together. Key lime pie.
Oh my gosh. They're on a date now. These two are clearly mad in love with each other.
I should.
I've never had key lime pie.
Key lime pie is great. I love key lime pie. That is some very
Does it
green.
taste like lime?
It does.
Yeah. It's like shamrock shake pie.
A little more limey than
That
shamrock.
does sound pretty good.
But Making a joke out of one of the greatest Marvel movies of all time. This is stupid. I can't get over that. He made a joke out of the whole Battle of New York.
Right.
Out of context. Oh, he was upset with his brother and dad? No. That was not the only thing that was happening.
Right.
He was betraying them. He was on Thanos' side. There's a whole story there.
Mm-hmm.
That's so stupid. Oh my gosh. Eat the pie. You're just spooning the plate. Ugh. Aw, you remembered. Tyler, you look so unfazed right now by...
They're trying to make me laugh. I'm not laughing. They're trying to keep me like enjoyed. Not happening. So I'm just here. I'm just
Yeah.
existing.
Just vibing,
The fact,
as the kids say.
the fact that the whole thing is just to find Sylvie is the best part.
Mm-hmm.
She's at McDonald's in the 80s. Did you know they rebuilt an entire McDonald's in Brooklyn for that?
I did not.
To make it look like an 80s McDonald's?
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Arnar.
They just left the door open.
I know. I was like, okay.
everybody watching the show, "Oh, this is cute. Who came up with this script?"
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He
Everybody
took
is Brad.
the electrical cord off and then just rewrapped it and attached it back to it.
All right, now I'm gonna doggy style you in the ass. You're a clever Chad. This is so boring. Then stop being a hero.
Wait, also, so he could just lock the door from the inside and then they couldn't get in to interrogate him?
Right. That's a good point.
Yeah.
How is it locked from the outside?
Yeah. That was the best joke in the show.
Yep.
Oh boy. She makes minimum wage.
So it was all a ruse.
Classic. You're my icon. I worship it.
They're gonna get together.
Oh, for
I'm
sure.
gay.
I'll draw my penis.
Well, oh, that's a nice truck.
Oh, yeah. They had hot dogs at this McDonald's and pizza. What kind of McDonald's is this? She knows how to make a Big Mac, McChicken. Tyler, you look like you're falling
They
asleep.
may not have even had the Big Mac at this point.
Honestly, they might not have. Oh, gosh. There's the mullet. Oh, my gosh. You had to say that? Gosh. They have to tell you what to feel in a moment.
Mm-hmm.
This is tense, isn't it? It's like that line, the wow, that just happened, you know?
Yeah.
Hi. Can we just talk? Can we just talk? I hate that trope where when people suck out of a straw, it's like the pop's already gone.
I was just thinking.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you just filled it up. Like, what the frick? You're slurping air. Bitch, this was your fault. Like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Hook up, really. Mobius isn't satisfying me enough.
Low key, kind of horny.
Loki kind of horny.
That was a multi-faceted joke.
That was a multiversal joke.
Loki,
Horny.
low key horny. Not gonna lie.
Mischief.
Get it?
Yep.
mischief.
I get it.
I'd rather work at McDonald's.
And
I'm
be able
happy.
to buy a house,
I'm loving it.
even at minimum wage.
Ba, 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 ba.
I thought women couldn't work in the 80s.
Oh. Everybody, you like it here?
You eat this? I'm surprised she's not like 300 pounds and purple hair.
And Lizzo.
Well, because they actually made food out of good quality ingredients back then.
That's fair. Oh my gosh. It is weird. I like this guy. This guy's the audience.
That we all want to go back to the sacred timeline of the Infinity War.
Yeah, right?
But I got you a shake. It's cinema.
My gosh. This is a waste of time. Probably.
Renslayer on her way.
Oh
Because
no.
Sylvia's gonna be like, "Oh, okay, I'll go back."
Maybe
See?
she can
Told
change
you.
her hairstyle too.
Who's Docs?
I'm
The chick, the Game of Thrones chick, I think.
Oh.
Girl boss. Girl boss number 1. Oof. She did not age well.
wow, girl boss.
Sorry, she's girl boss number 2. Sylvie's girl boss number 1. Actually, she's girl boss number 2.
No, I'm sorry. Sylvie throwing the green crap was my girl boss comment.
Yes.
Before Loki.
Security lady is girl boss 2. This is girl boss number 3. Oh my gosh, what was that?
Why didn't they just do that at the beginning?
Seriously. What did they do?
I'm at the point like I don't even care that they're pruning the branches. Like what's at stake?
Right.
Why,
I know.
who
I
cares?
feel literally nothing.
Why should I care that all these branches of people and characters I don't know? Why should I care?
Right.
They're pruning all the
Exactly.
McDonald branches.
Oh,
Not the
no.
franchise.
No. Like you haven't put any stakes in the series.
Right.
She's back. Is there only one timeline?
Hopefully.
Thank goodness. This whole multiverse idea sucked.
You guys literally just pruned timelines last season, and you
I know.
didn't care.
Oh,
You knew they were
No,
people
they're
even
not.
back then.
there are lines on a screen, you stupid bitch.
That's true. That is true. Like, what? This is their representation of the timeline is a screen, a monitor. Seriously.
Who's
Those
this?
are people.
Renslayer's the old
That's
leader
the
of the
real
TVA.
joke of this show.
Seriously. Renslayer's what?
The old leader of the TVA.
Oh, the
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
know who that chick was on the screen. Was that her?
Oh,
old girl boss. Yeah, from
yes,
season
I
1.
think so.
Oh, didn't look like her.
It's rotten. Prob's not.
Walks into the wall, bounces her back because it's gone. Those were people.
What is that guy doing in the back?
My man.
So now there's one timeline, right? Is that-
I guess so.
I mean, it's got major NPC vibes.
Oh yeah.
This is the best thing that's ever happened to Marvel. The multiverse is done.
Mhm.
I mean, what was the multiverse? We never saw the multiverse.
A bunch of lines on a screen.
The most
Those are people.
the most we saw was No Way Home, which was very secluded. And then Mom, Doctor Strange Mom, which was a complete disaster and wasn't even that expansive either. So we didn't really see the multiverse. It's stupid. They never had a plan, and it shows. Oh, is that the Kang thing?
Don't know, don't care.
There's no. It doesn't look like there's a scene
Nope.
this week. All right.
Wow.
What a load of hot garbage.
Yep. Yeah, this whole season's gonna be pointless
Mm-hmm.
because they're gonna reboot. No, like they have to reboot at this point.
Yeah.
There's no saving
New
this
writers.
anymore. New everything. Kevin Feige.
Something.
I don't even know if Kevin Feige is going to be in charge anymore. You know what's hilarious? Kevin Feige's never read a comic book.
What?
What is source material for 1000?
Right.
He watched some cartoons when he was a kid.
Which is so weird because he handled the movies so well.
Or he made some very good hiring choices.
Oh, that's true too.
Yep.
What an adventure!
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
At
Glad we could all
7:30
experience
p.m.
that together.
At 7:30 p.m., my part was in Mansfield, Ohio, which is 18 and a half hours away. Looking good.
Well.
That was
the best part of the whole episode.
The best part was, those are people.
Those are people.
I can't tell. You're a good actor. I didn't like that one was good.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well,
Okay.
I'm gonna crash again because it's gonna be a long weekend for me.
Yep.
I'm working Saturday all day, so.
Alrighty. Well,
Yep.
take care, Zach.
I will. See you guys.
Peace out.
See ya.
Have a good one.
And yeah, everybody else. I think we need some time to kind of digest this. Maybe next week we can talk about it a bit more. Now that we've gotten a couple episodes under our belt. But yeah, you know, it's exactly what I thought it would be. So, but yeah, if you haven't yet, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Very excited. Next week, tune in to see the new intro for Talking Nerds. It's only 20 seconds, but it's,
But it's worth it.
it's worth it. You know, sometimes 30 seconds is all it takes.
That's all I need.
That's all I need. Also, check out our Discord. I'm going to be putting some articles in there. So, go check it out. Go read. Let's have some discussion. And remember, watch good stuff. Don't watch bad stuff. We watch the bad stuff for you live on YouTube.
We watch it so you don't have to.
So you don't have to.
Just kidding. Watch it with us, please.
Yes.
Thank you.
Don't make us suffer alone. But yeah, and then go check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I don't think we've posted anything in a long time, but go follow us anyways. And with that, have a great week, people. We will see you next week. Peace.
Bye.